NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready? 60 out, Lord.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Time will tell if that's an interception that rattles the rookie here. First drive on the road.
And you know the discussion going into the game? Centered on, okay, let's get out nice and easy. Take care of the football. We're on the road. You're a youngster. Let's not make mistakes early. But now the conversation will shift to, okay, put it behind you. Move on. Long way to go in this one.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. Tackle made there by the safety, Derwin James.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now a give, right side. It's Carson. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a great return. Solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Check. 36. Sponge. No. Hard. Yes. Shoot.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
We go set. 15-1. Hey!
From the gun, Weiss. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 4-yard line.
Check pass. Check pass.
From the gun, it's Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll take this one up to about the 6-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that.
And he'll go down in the end zone. Down goes Wilson. It's a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The Charger drive about to get going. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Ready?
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Weiss. He's got Allen. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play there for L.A. 48 yards. Meanwhile, down in Santa Clara. And the early lead there belonging to the Cardinals. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. They run it here with Gordon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
57, Mike 57.
To throw on 2nd down. Weiss. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Target. 57's the Mike.
Hey, orbit.
Championships, baby.
Mike's 57's Mike.
Drop deep.
Let's go. Let's snap.
Operating from the gun. Weiss. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, They remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on third down to bring up fourth. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. After the made field goal, Badgley back out there for the kickoff. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
14, 14, got it.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
I got you. I got you.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh.
Be a long day for you. Switch.
22 Jet Bomber. 22 Jet Bomber.
Check Mike 57. Mike 57. Go.
Throwing on first down. Rice under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Back to throw. Rice. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
A gain of 8 yards. And it's third down.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long.
Lock 57. Come on. You better bring it.
Mike 57.
From the gun, Rice. He completes this one to Mack. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
First and goal, Chargers.
Got it.
Mike 54. Mike 54. You better bring it. You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it. Let's go.
First and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Chargers have taken the lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, Beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Not today. Joker, jokers. Joker, jokers.
One left.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. Watch out. Alert 3. Alert 3. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Pull up for signal.
57.
One left.
Get the ball.
Now Wilson going to throw again. That's caught by Jennings. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches.
Gotta go, in and out. Let's go.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson, and Jennings has it. A big play there on the catch and run, and even 50 yards. And that's now 2 big catches on this drive for him.
You know, the NFL keeps talking about the possibility of using video for coaching on the sidelines. That's not approved yet, but you can still use pictures. They've got to send his picture down to their defense and say, you see him? Cover him.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. Completes it to Jennings. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Don't get nervous. Check safety.
On 3rd down, Carson, and he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is now 2. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. There have been points on the board. We just saw back-to-back touchdown drives. I love it. I'm high-fiving our statistician, Christian McLeod, and you're angry. You're a defensive guy.
If you met one of my defensive coordinators, God rest his soul, I'm surprised he isn't in this booth right now wanting to really take you on. This is not football the way he sees it. He wants a good old-fashioned...
And it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
Run left, run left.
You got motion man. You got motion man right there.
Now it's Carson. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They had the great starting field position, now facing third down.
Good job right there. Good job right there. Alert, 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 alert. Go. Forty.
From the shotgun, Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Dalton Schultz, his third touchdown now on the year. Yeah, the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes this a 9-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Ready, break.
The Charger drive about to get going. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First down, Los Angeles.
Ready up. Crystal, travel.
Watch the screen.
On first down, Weiss escaping the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. What we got?
Hey.
Mike 57.
On the ball. Yo, go.
Hey, pick your game up. 57.
Ready?
Looking to throw. Weiss under pressure again, and down he goes again. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors that they have to look at to try and help out, but you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Operating from the gun, Weiss. And an alley to run. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. So his struggle is just continuing here in the first half throwing the football. Charles, now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
14, got it.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
The Charger drive about to get going. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Weiss, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Finding room at the 30. And he'll take this all the way up to the 38-yard line. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And he almost flirted with disaster there, but it does get into the end zone before going out, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They go quickly here out to Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 15, 1st down Seahawks.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Got it. Still got it. 4 down. Check 13. Bang out. Bam. Switch.
So that'll back him up 5. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
Check 99. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping.
Good job right there. Good job right there.
Wilson now. From the gun, he'll throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. The extra point now coming from Myers. And that will make this a 16-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry, and he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, echo. Yeah.
Back to throw. Weiss. And now he'll turn, and off his back foot, he'll heave this deep. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. To throw again. Weiss. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down.
First down, Chargers.
Set 18 Gator. Yep.
Now Gordon on first down. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
On 1st and 10, Weiss. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Mack. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Go. Ready?
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On second down now, it's Gordon. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down. Remember, as they try to run the ball down here, Charles, this is the #2 rush defense in the league.
So do you accept the challenge up front? Do you get your offensive line together, get your tight end in the ball game and say, I don't care that they're #2. Let's go ahead and show them that we can run the ball anyway? Or do you do the best thing and throw the darn thing and try and get in the end zone?
Maybe that's wiser. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear him now. 3rd and goal. From the gun, Rice. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, he's been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Badgley able to knock this one through, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
Well, what does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
The Seahawks take over.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Trevor Williams there on the coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
On 2nd and 10, Wilson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The former #3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Friday. Hey, 0-0-0. 44. I'll go special.
Let's see it.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. And he's got his target. That's more. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion. Wilson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. To throw is Wilson. Operating from the gun. That's complete into the hands of Carson. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. This is Carson. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. Shutting defenders at the 15. Almost unstoppable on the ground there, as that one is good for 39. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. Yeah, the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Now Myers for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
We're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. But his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Double dog, that's the way.
They'll run on first down. It's Carson. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Joey Bosa picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. To try again after the sack. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Here's Wilson to throw. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
The 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal.
Don't get nervous. 49, check 49, check 49. Check. Crunch.
They run it with Carson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
In your face. Switch.
One flip.
They run again with Carson. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. A nice run there, 8 yards, moves him much closer to the goal line now for 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
14, run it. 49.
Throwing is Wilson toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. A good positive play there, 9 yards, but still 3rd and long.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Let's go, let's go.
On 3rd down, Weiss nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Mike 5-9, Mike 5-9. 9-9, sweetheart.
On 4th down, Weiss. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 35. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check.
Now a give, right side. Carson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Check three.
Here's Carson. Jatavis Brown there on the tackle. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
2 times. 4 down. Under 10. 10. Run left.
Wilson wants to throw it. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Joey Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season.
50 Cent.
So the victory here for Seattle. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, Offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.